granted because I know that you came in after a hard day's work and you want to be fed. And hopefully I can do just that. Cassie asked me for scriptures and I said, I'm not a preacher. I'm going to be firing scriptures away and hopefully she can keep up with me, but God bless her if she can. My topic tonight is something I know somewhat about. And I think everybody in this room has had experience with it as well. My topic tonight is the purpose of pain. I'm seldom scared. But when I was rolled into the recovery room after my first C-section, I was terrified. I couldn't feel anything. I had been given unsolicited advice from well-meaning mothers throughout my pregnancy about the horrific pain associated with this surgery. And here I lay, not feeling a thing. After checking my incision and hooking me up to a morphine drip, the nurse said, "Now don't be a hero. Press this button if you need it." I looked at her like she had grown a third head because she obviously didn't know who she was talking to. I could handle pain. As a child, I had been told I had a high pain tolerance. No matter how bad the pain, I would never take pain medicine. I suffered my first migraine at the age of 12, and while I violently vomited, moaning in pain, my mother begged me to just take a Tylenol. I refused. I would beat this pain. Now, many years later, I lay in a hospital room after having my first major surgery thinking the same thing. I can handle this. I'm strong. My daddy raised a tough girl. So I gently laid the morphine button on the table nearby, for I would not be needing it. And I just kind of gave a glance to the nurse. She just grinned. Within minutes, the 12-inch cut in my lower abdomen let me know I was not large and in charge. I was like every other human being. Blindly, frantically, grabbing for the morphine button, I pushed that thing like my life depended on it, for this was pain like no other. Unfortunately, in all my stupidity, I waited too late. The morphine was not going to catch up with my pain, and I would lay there and suffer while God taught me a valuable lesson about the purpose of pain. Everyone in this room has pain, but it's how you manage the pain you experience in life that ultimately determines the level of your success or your failure. We know that Jesus endured unspeakable pain as he died on Calvary. We talked about it. We just talked about it at Easter Pass. But have you ever considered all the pain he suffered just living on this earth? He had enemies. He felt the sting of gossip. He experienced rejection, loneliness, and abandonment. He knew pain intimately. And that didn't start in the last few weeks of his ministry. That started the very moment he became a man. In Luke's gospel, it tells us that even as a child, Jesus grew through submission and obedience to his earthly parents. Luke 2:51 through 52 says, "And he went down with them and came to Nazareth and was subject unto them. But his mother kept all these sayings in her heart, and Jesus increased in wisdom and stature and in favor with God and man." The writer of Hebrews informs us that he learned this obedience through the experience of life, especially through suffering. Though he were a son, yet learned he obedience by the things which he suffered, and being made perfect, he became the author of eternal salvation unto all them that obeyed him. There are many